Hello viewers, good afternoon everybody. So this is Madhu Biotech channel. So all subscribe my channel, like this channel. Okay, so today we are discussing about that process of rDNA technology. Okay, so this rDNA technology, it can contain several steps. So some of the important steps today we are discussing about one, and the first step is that isolation of desired gene, cleavage of DNA number of fragments, and isolation of suitable vector. And next one is that insertion of foreign gene into suitable vector, and that recombinants inserted into the suitable host cells. The final step is that culturing of that chimeric DNA cells. So these also 6 steps are it involved in this process. So today we are discussing about that first step is that isolation of desired gene. So okay, this is the process. So first of all we want to isolation of desired gene. In this technology, so several types of that the organisms are they are involved. So based on that organisms, we are using of different types of the enzymes. So first of all we want to pure form of that desired DNA. So desired DNA it located inside of one cell. So based on the cells, there are the different types of the cells are they present. So here for example, so first cell is that bacterial cell is present. So we are using of degradation of this bacterial cell. We are using of lysozyme enzyme. So the lysozyme enzyme is called also muramidase enzyme. The another name of that lysozyme enzyme, another name is called muramidase or N-acetyl glycanohydrolase. The enzyme another name is that N-acetyl glycanohydrolases. So this is the hydrolases. This is the name of the another name of lysozyme enzyme. So this enzyme, this is the hydrolytic enzyme. So the bacterial or prokaryotic cell wall it made up of different types of murines. So that is called also NAM and NAG, N-acetyl muramic acid and N-acetyl glycanoses. These both of these components are it made up of murines. So degradable of these murines we are using of this lysozyme enzyme. So the enzyme it break down of that glycosidic bonds between of this NAM and NAG. So this is the very important enzyme. These enzyme most often they are found in tears. Most often we are found in tears and saliva and milk. Okay, so the large amount of lysozyme enzyme we are found in egg white. So egg white it contain large amount of that lysozyme enzyme is found in this egg white. Okay, so this is the first cell when we are using of in the desired DNA in bacteria. So we are using of this type of the enzymes. And the second one is that fungal cells. The fungal cell also made up of chitin. So the degradable of this chitin we are using of at this enzyme is chitinase. Chitinase enzyme we are using of this fungal cells. And then plant cell, next one is that plant cell. So the plant cell it made up of that component is that cellulose. The degradable of the cellulose the enzyme is that cellulase enzyme we are using of in this plant cell, and some of that animal cells we are using of that place of animal cell. So place of animal cell we are using of these enzymes or proteases all we are using of this at the place of animal cells. So based on the organisms we are using different types of the enzymes, then we are degradable to that breakdown of that cell wall of cells, different types of the cells. And so for example, this is the one cell with using of different types of enzymes we are breakdown of the cell wall, and mass of the cytoplasmic and different types of the cell organelles and inorganic substances are present. So degradable we are separate of pure form of the DNA fragments. So first of all we are treated with detergent lysis. All the cytoplasmic mass we are treated with detergent lysis. Then after that the DNA particle it associated with specific proteins. That proteins is called also histone proteins. So we degradable of that histone proteins we are using of that enzymes or proteases also we are using at this place. And some of the cell organelles also it present some RNA particles are present. So that time we are using of RNases, ribonucleic acids. The abbreviation of ribonucleic acids is called also nucleases is called also RNases. And we are using of different types of enzymes, separation of that pure form of the desired gene. Then after that all the cytoplasmic mass we are treated with ultracentrifugation. So ultracentrifugation, all the cytoplasmic mass we are treated with ultracentrifugation. With help of centrifugation, so the pure form of DNA we are isolated. Then we are adding of this cool chilled ethanol. So that time it form in a one precipitate structure we are formed. This is the DNA. So particles, DNA particle is we are found it. Okay, we are isolated pure form of DNA in a test tube with effected of ultracentrifugation gradient. So the next step is that extraction of purified DNA with spooling technique. The test tube it can contain that PPT of DNA fragments. On the test tube we are added into that high concentration salt solution. So that is sodium chloride, added with sodium chloride we are added into that PPTs. So that time the white thread like DNA it comes to upper sides. Then we are chill ethanol we are poured inside of the test tube with place of these test tube walls. So that time between of this sodium chloride and DNA it form in a one layer, it is formed, alcoholic form is ethanol layer is formed. Then with help of spooling we are spin with in the test tube, and the thread like structure we are pure form we are isolated. This is the first step of isolation of desired DNA. And then the next step is cleaved in a DNA in number of fragments. The second step is that cutting DNA number of fragments. This is the second step. So when the DNA is pure form is formed, So that time what happened, this is the DNA cut into a number of fragments with the help of nuclease enzymes, with help of nuclease enzymes. So mainly the nuclease enzymes are, there are two types of enzymes are present. One is that hexonuclease, and second one is endonuclease. Second one is endonuclease. So the hexonuclease, it cleaved into a 5 prime to 3 prime, it cleaved into a the nick part of that end part of the double stranded DNA particles. This is the hexonuclease. And the second one is that endonuclease. That's a endonuclease is called also restriction endonuclease or molecular scissors or chemical scalpels. The endonuclease, the other names are molecular scissors or chemical scalpels. It is called chemical scalpels also, the another names of endonuclease. These restriction endonucleases, it recognize the specific position, so that position is called also restriction site. The enzymes, it recognize that specific position, it is called restriction sites. These sites, restriction sites. So what is the main function of restriction endonucleases? Means these enzymes, it inspect the all length of DNA fragment, it recognize the specific locations and cut with the fragments. So this is the main function of these endonucleases. So these endonucleases used for the cleaved for the fragments. Mainly the enzymes, it cleaved in a two ways. One is that staggered cuttings, staggered cuts. The staggered cuts means the double stranded DNA base pair, the double stranded DNA base pair, so the DNA, it open it so the staggered cutting means the leaving a unpaired 2 or 4 nucleotides on a single strand. So like that. So here this is the cut with this ways. So here these are the nitrogen bases. These are 4 nitrogen bases are breaked up of the double strand, it leaving a 2 or 4 nitrogen bases, 2 or 4 nitrogen base pairs, leaving with a 2 or nitrogen base pairs. These cuttings is called also staggered cuttings. So this is the these unpaired or the these type of the single stranded pair, these pairs is called, these strands is called sticky ends. These hands is called sticky ends or cohesive ends. These ends is called also sticky ends or cohesive ends. The leaving single stranded base pairs is called also sticky ends or cohesive ends. This is the cutting of staggered cuttings. And another cutting is that blunt ends. The another cutting is that blunt ends cuttings. So another cut is the blunt ends. So this is the double stranded DNA. The enzyme, it recognize the specific locations and cut with these the blunt ends. So the enzyme did not leave for unpaired nitrogen bases. They are cut into the double strand at the positions. So this type of the sharp ends is called blunt ends or flush ends of, it is called blunt ends or flush ends. This type of the fragments are it formed. So this is the two types of cuttings are formed. The enzymes are it cutting with based on that palindromic sequence. The palindromic sequence means so the nitrogen bases the bases are same. When read the nitrogen bases 5 prime to 3 prime, 3 prime to 5 prime, the nitrogen bases are same. That is called also palindromic sequence. So means the when read the nitrogen bases forward to backward, backward to forward, so that is called also palindromic sequence. So here with help of these enzymes we are cut in a number of fragments, but don't want all the fragments. So here the enzymes it cleaved in a number of fragments, but no need to all the fragments. First then with the help of gel electrophoresis we are separated desired gene. With the help of gel electrophoresis with the help of gel electrophoresis we are separated pure form of DNA. So the gel electrophoresis means this is the electrical charged machine. So this is the structure of gel electrophoresis. This is the chambers of agarose chambers. Wells are present. Here this is the cathode, and here this place it is that anode. So all the cytoplasmic mass and the DNA fragments are we are poured with in these wells. These wells we are put in these wells. Then we are affected with electric charge. So that time what happened here? Normally the DNA particles are negatively charged. So the negatively charged DNA particles they are moved to the cathode to anode. So this is the electric gel electrophoresis chamber. We are poured in a DNA material into the wells. Inside of this chamber we are poured in a agarose solidified reagent we are used as a medium. So this agarose medium we are extracted in a seaweeds. So this agarose powder mixed with buffering solution and it solidified we are poured in a chamber on this gel electrophoresis chamber. Then after that all the DNA mass we are poured inside of this chamber. When we are treated with electric we are connected with electric power, so the cathode side and anode side. So then what happened? Then genetic material moves to the cathode to anode side. The genetic material moves to the cathode to anode side. Based on this DNA material, these are moves to the based on the size. The small fragments are moved to very fastly, the large size and slowly. How many large sizes are very slowly. So means the small fragments are moved to this side and next size, and based on the size the DNA particles are moved to these places based on the size. So the purified DNA is moved to that place. So this process is called also gel electrophoresis. Okay, so with help of gel electrophoresis we are isolated a pure form of that DNAs. So the DNAs, the gel electrophoresis chamber, the DNAs are all are white, so they did not visible. So the time we are added with these gel electrophoresis chamber added with ethidium bromide and affected to that UV light. So these DNA nucleotide bases are we looking in a brown orange color. Brown orange color we seen in this DNAs. So that the DNA fragment we are inserted into that suitable vector and culturing, so amplifying number of copies in the another steps, but that take the long time. So that time the purified the DNA molecule we are amplified with the help of PCR technique. So in the in vitro conditions we are prepared amplification of DNA fragments, thousands copies, billions of the copies are with help of amplified with the help of the PCR technique. So this is the PCR technique. PCR technique, the full form of PCR is that polymerase chain reaction. The polymerase chain reaction is invented, that scientist's name is that Kary Mullis. So these isolated DNA fragments plus Mg2 plus and deoxyribonucleotides and RNA primers we are mixed with these DNA fragments we are affected with this PCR techniques. The PCR technique, it can contain that three steps. One is that denaturation, annealing and extension of primers. These are the three steps are it present into that PCR technique. So the first step is that denaturation. So this is the double stranded DNA. This is the desired gene we are affected with the PCR technique. So the DNA we are treated with the first step is that heat treatment. We are treated with the heat treatment. So that time the temperature we are maintain this treatment, that is that 90 to 98 degrees centigrades. 90 to 98 degrees centigrade between of this temperature. The common temperature is that 94 degrees centigrade is that common temperature. At this temperature, between of these two double stranded DNA, the bonds, the hydrolytic bonds, these bonds are it break down. Then the DNA it form in a single strands DNA is formed. So these this the first step is that called also denaturation, and second step is that annealing. At this place the double stranded DNA it denaturated form in a single strand. That time the DNA it cooling, the treatment of cooling. So the decrease of that heat at the temperature of 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. The common temperature is that 56 degrees centigrade is that normal temperature. Then we are cooling off this temperature. At this time we are added with RNA primers. These RNA primers are oligopolysaccharides. So this the oligopolysaccharides. These oligonucleotides, these are we are added with these RNA primers of the single stranded DNA. The DNA and plus Mg2 plus also we are added at this place. So this is step is called also annealing. And then the third step is the extension, the primer extension. So everywhere the primers are the 3' and they are extension, they amplifying number of copies, 3' end. So this is the 5' and 3', and here this is the 5', 3'. So here the movement of extension of this 3' side, and here also 3' sides. And then the extension of primers, So at this place we are adding of specific DNA polymerase enzyme, that is the Taq polymerase, and deoxyribonucleotides we are added, and then the time we are increasing of the temperature. At temperature is that 72 degrees centigrades. 72 degrees centigrade. So the time what happened with the help of Taq polymerase, the enzyme and deoxynucleotides, the primer it extension, it ligate to do the number of bonds and it form in a double stranded DNAs. So this amplification, so amplification is called also, this is the PCR technique. The polymerase enzyme, Taq polymerase enzyme, we are isolated from Thermus aquaticus bacterium. So all this process we are carrying in a one specific machine, that is called also thermocycler. So the enzyme, it resistance to the high temperature. So most of the 98 degrees centigrade, the Taq polymerase enzyme is very active. So the foreign gene we are isolated, thousands of millions of the copies are we are amplified, then the fragments are the amplified fragments are the amplified fragments are inserted into that suitable vector. So this is the very short period to amplified of billions of the copies. So this technique is called also PCR technique.